Hello. And Gregopedia is here. So, guys, I've just gifted 5 memberships because I thought, why not? We'll kick it off with some gifts. But today is going to be Tipsy Tarot. And I may drop links to come in too. So, if you guys want to come in, I will drop some links for you all. Drusilla says hi. Everybody's saying hi. So, while 1 million views is not something that YouTube typically celebrates in like a big, bold way for us creators, it is a big deal for me. It's a big deal for me. We don't get any badges or anything for it. Hi, thankfully. We don't get anything, extra. Thankfully, I'm gonna actually give you a little gift here too. Let me do. This was something you asked me about. So there you go. Thankfully, you got yourself a wrench there, madam. You became a moderator. So if anybody has anything bad to say in the chat, you can go in there and kind of rough them up for me. That's your job. Hi, Majestic Oracle. Hi, Trevor Colt, my good friend Trevor. So, and my good friend Samantha is here as well. All my favorites in the chat. So we are going to be doing Tipsy Tarot. Now for my tarot. Wait. So thank you, all of you, for all the watch hours, all the likes, all the super chats, all of that. It does help build this community. Special shout out to Trevor, because Trevor actually did get me to my first 1,000 subscribers. He helped me get to that milestone, which is a really big deal. You guys know that's like your monetization milestone. It's a big deal on YouTube. 10,000 is going to be our next milestone, because at 10,000, YouTube understands that I am a viable channel and one that they should start to promote some more. So 10,000 is a big deal. That's a big number for us. Now I actually spoke with Zephyr a little bit earlier because I was considering rescheduling this. Why was I reconsidering scheduling this for tonight? And here in the United States, we had 2 Minnesota lawmakers. Unfortunately, one did not survive. Both of them were attacked in their homes by a person who is impersonating, hi Carla, impersonating a police officer. There is also at the same time the No Kings protest that's going on, and that's an anti-Trump protest. They're protesting his immigration policies for the second administration. And I do see on the No Kings website that they have canceled all of their protests in Minnesota. I think that that's a good move of Tim Walz. I think it's fair play that he has done that. But I thought, and I had a whole series of questions. We were going to be talking about that. We were going to be talking about the Diddy trial. But I was like, Zephyr said to me, people need to be uplifted. So we're going to do some fun stuff. So we're going to keep it Tipsy Tarot. I hope that people aren't taking this as being disrespectful. Let's talk a little bit about Tipsy Tarot. So Tipsy Tarot is something that thank you to everyone who's congratulating me. I really appreciate. Oh, and there's the Hutchess. Another one of my favorite people is here. The Hutchess is here. She's down to party with us. One of the things that I tell my tarot students is don't drink in tarot, don't substance abuse in tarot. And basically what that means is don't get hammered and try and give your friends good advice. This is what we're going to be drinking tonight. It is a nice chill wine. But I am going to have a couple of glasses of wine with you. Unfortunately, I think I need a man. I have hand lotion. Greg,
what?
I need a man.
What?
Can you open
this? Oh, come on.
What good is it having a husband? Hey, let me see. I think I can do it with my
point of having a wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
One that doesn't have a good grip.
Seriously.
See? It's getting wild already, guys. So, thank you, my dear. What?
No.
Please be a man. What?
Use lotion for your hands.
All right, Diddy, calm down. So here we go, guys. Here we go. So this is a nice Pinot Grigio, nice cool chilled wine for tonight. And this is a toast to you guys. And Sphinx, one of my actual real life friends, is in here too. Sphinx is one of my real life people. Sphinx. And Matilda, Doritos and drinking Coke Zero, totally fine. Totally accept that. My sister-in-law and I did, Greg's sister and I, we found there were all these like bizarro pairings, like Cheetos and like original Cheetos and Chardonnay actually is a really good combination. So good stuff. Good stuff. So there's been some weird vibes going on since the full moon. Lots of strange stuff has happened. The Israel thing was a big shock. Oh, Trevor, Megan is a grifter. I'll say anything for a buck. No, does anybody want to come on? Does anybody want to come on? This is like all of our celebrations. I'll drop a link. I'm only going to bring you guys on, I think, one at a time, though. Because like I can't handle too much information at once. Trevor, you want to come up? You want to come hang out and have a tipple with me? So I know some people in here have to keep their identities concealed. Drusilla has a paranormal channel, and there's been a lot of paranormal activity that has been going on. Oh my gosh, she's like right in there. Look at it. Oh, my friends.
This is the Lord.
Where are you? Are you in a cult?
No, I've walked away from people now. I'm sitting. I'm in the Guinness factory.
Cheers, my friends. Clink.
Congratulations on your a million views. Long
Thank
time
you
coming.
very much. What's that?
Long time coming. So it's really good. It's really good to see people do well.
It is, and you know, and I know I say this to you all the time. I just don't feel like I've expressed my appreciation for you.
You don't need to.
Greg and I are going to have to skip on over there and like take you out on the town, or when you come over, take you out.
We support people that are good people. We don't expect things in return. We just do it and we keep doing it and we lift people up when we can.
Yeah.
What we don't like is when we find out that we're wrong and we've lifted the wrong fucking people up and we're like, oh God.
Yeah, we've all been there. Yeah.
Anyway.
We've all been there. How was your trooping today? I know you were in a hot car earlier.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I've seen it. The truth is, I've seen it 1,000 times, and yeah, it's special. This year one might be special because it might be King Charles's last one. We don't know how bad his condition is. So, I mean, there we go. So, anyone that went to it, I hope they had a great day. I know that getting around London on these type of occasions can be an arse. It's a nightmare.
yeah.
There's so much security, which we need, but there's also it's hard getting around London. It was special days, I guess.
You had good weather for it, though, right? It was a nice day.
Beautiful day. I mean, it would have been. You need a lot of fluids in London today, a lot of water.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful day. Guys I know that are still in the guards worked hard. They worked hard. That was hard for them today. The heat got to quite a few of them.
I don't know where my nephew is these days. He was Queen's Guard in London when Queen Elizabeth was still alive, and he was at training down south when they got the call when she was passing. So he wasn't a part of that, but I don't know where they've put him. I don't think he's in Bucky P anymore. I know he was in Bucky P for a bit.
Well, the guards have many ceremonial duties. They do Windsor, they do Clarence House, they do a lot of places. Plus, they also do operations. They are a fighting
Yeah.
battalion, fighting unit. So they get deployed a lot, But today would have been tough. That heat would have knocked a few of them. But
Yeah.
they're probably all getting pissed now.
Good for them. It's over now, right? Like there's nothing for tomorrow. They have a concert tonight, or is that only for the Jubilee?
I don't know what's happening this year because if I'm honest with you, Annabelle, I haven't really paid attention to it. I just haven't. I mean, it's a king's birthday. You know what I mean? I think we all deserve 2 birthdays, don't we? An official one and a family one. We all deserve 2 birthdays.
Yeah, I'll pick another one. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been wild news here with the whole thing in Minnesota today. So I got up and like I had text from Zephyr, I had text from my girlfriend Deb. I had Sphinx texting me like, there was all kinds of stuff going on. Poor Greg, he got up and I was like, here's all the news, and he was like, I was like, there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I can show you the No Kings map. Let me show you the No Kings map because this is alarming. This is the intended protest for today. And you can see up at the top that Governor Walz already recommended that they cancel all the events across the state of Minnesota. Fair play for him. I think that that's a good idea. But this is the map of all the events that they have planned.
Okay.
So I'm right in this area. And my son is right by the star. So instead of going into Washington, D.C., because of the Flag Day parade, they're calling it President Trump's birthday parade, but it's Flag Day, and it's the 250th anniversary of our army. They're saying it's for Trump's birthday. So instead of going in there because it's going to be buku military personnel, they are going to seat the event in Philadelphia, which my son is like 5 minutes away from. So yay.
Yeah. Well, America always does things different. Mostly better, but mainly different. And you can't, you've got to bear in mind, most of your states are bigger than the United Kingdom. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people there. But I'm sort of, I wouldn't say concerned. I used to get concerned about things. I don't care anymore. I mean, we're here one day, we're gone the next. Doesn't matter. It's what we do in between. I'm more concerned about Iran and Israel, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
What's kicking off there?
It's a bit much, and I'm wondering if China's going to slip in the back door into Taiwan while all this kerfuffle's going on everywhere else.
I think at the minute everyone's just on tenterhooks just to wait out to see what happens, because at the end of the day, we've had tens of thousands of Syrians, Afghans, Iraqis, and Iranians landing on our shores for about 5 years since Brexit, and these, in my opinion, could be possible sleepers up and down the country to initiate and do things. So, and we've got to look at that because that's a serious issue. But on the flip side of that, I really don't give a toss. I mean, I'm just going to go out tomorrow, go fishing all day, and just chill. I mean, the end of the day, what happens. Just get on with it. I'm not going to worry about it.
I because of my upbringing and my genetics, I am a very reactive person typically. And I've had, like, I think there's been this energetic shift where people are just like, meh, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let this roll off my back like a duck. I'm gonna let it roll off my back. The world's a great big place. If there's crazy stuff going on over here, doesn't mean that it has to happen over here. So I think we have a good attitude about it. I'm not at DEFCON 1 or DEFCON 2.
It's our Gen X, I think.
Is it our Gen X? You think
Yeah.
it's our Gen X showing?
Everything was a freaking emergency when we were in Gen X.
Everything
my
was a freaking emergency for us Gen
the environment,
Xers.
the ozone layer, the this, the that, the this. It's like every time it was some kind of a freaking emergency that just really wasn't. And so we're just jaded from it. We're just like, oh, look, they bombed another sovereign nation. Oh, well, that's their problem.
Middle East is popping off again.
Again.
So I have to highlight Deborah. Thank you so much, my darling. Thank you. I appreciate
Deborah.
that. Isn't
Deborah,
she
you
a
fucker.
pooch? I know her through you.
She had to trump my donation, didn't she?
I have a Trump $100 bill. I'm gonna have to get another one and send you one.
Oh, that'd be lovely. Yeah.
See if you can pass it off.
Deborah's awesome.
I can get maybe 100 Trump note, like 100-pound note for him.
This is it, Annabelle. Surround yourself with good people, and good people do good things.
I have, and you are one of them. I still want to name my ginger kitten Trevor Cat MC. I want to change his name.
Did you ever watch, when I was growing up, there's a cartoon called Top Cat?
Top Cat?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw Top Cat.
You've never watched Top Cat? It was all over the UK. It was a cartoon.
I'll watch it today. Are you Top Cat?
Top Cat. I mean, it's called Top Cat. It was. I mean, the comments might be going mad at the minute, but everyone at my age remembers Top Cat.
Was he ginger?
I don't think so. No, he wore a hat though.
My ginger kitten is the funniest cat ever. He's pretty funny. Like I caught him chewing on his own foot. Like
I'm so funny. I bite my own nails. We are the same.
Don't do that. You get hook in mouth.
I can't do that. I haven't got.
No, don't you dare! Not in public.
I can't do it. I used to be able to do it as a kid, but I think as you get older, you can't do it anymore. Yeah.
So, are you out with Charlie?
No, Charlie's. I believe Charlie's at home. At the minute. I'm in Felixstowe actually, which is I'm in a seaside town at the minute.
Oh, okay.
But I
a little carnival at the seashore.
Well, I was outside around just chatting to a couple of guys, but now I've come in here because I remembered you were going live, so just went to catch it and stuff. I'll go back out in a minute. Just relaxing. Chilling.
Yeah, I don't want to hold you up. But Trevor, you are one of the tent poles in my tent. So, and I'm super glad that you are, and I'm super, super happy to be a friend of yours and to be a supporter of yours. I think you have great content. I go to you for the news before I go to anybody else.
I make it up.
That's all right. It's the world according to Trevor. It's totally fine. I'm totally down with it.
No, don't make it up. I actually look into it every day. Every morning I get up, I look into everything, and I read my emails. I get loads of emails, but it's good. It's good.
Well, listen, go enjoy yourself. It looks lovely. The sun is still shining. You've got a pint. Cheers, my friend. Thank you for helping me get to this point.
Give my love to your 7-foot husband.
7-foot husband. He said thank you. He's getting into his lounger right now. He's getting comfy. Yes, he knows his wife's getting tippled. So.
Well, yep. Well, listen, just do as he said. He's a big guy, and you don't want to cross big guys when they get angry.
Nope. I'm glad he's not working this weekend too. I think it's a good thing he's going to be home. So,
good.
All right, my friend. I am going to start doing some crazy stuff on here. I'm going to start pounding. Check back in a little while. You'll see me all wiggly.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. All right. So there he was, the legend, Trevor Colt. So let's start dropping some questions. If anybody wants to jump back in and ask questions with me, it's totally fine. Oh, Sally. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sally. You are wonderful. You know what? I got to get over to this other one over here. And I've got all my streams going all over the place. I want to make sure that everybody that drops some coin on me gets a cheers here. So, all right, there we go. Thanks, Trevor. So let's go, guys. So one of the things that I did have on my potential read cards. Let me see. So the strawberry moon, we just passed through the strawberry full moon. And so full moons, we'll talk a little bit about full moons. Full moons, and if anybody wants to come up, I'll pin the link. Let me drop the link again, and I'll pin it up at the top if anybody wants to come in. There we go. Pin. There we go. So one of the things, full moons are endings. A lot of people like to start doing things on full moons. Start your manifestations on the new moon. But full moons are actually ending. So we're kind of rolling out things that we've done. Oh, sorry, my feed is being really weird on the other side. Samantha used to be a werewolf. Oh, don't worry about it, Candor. If we're still on when you're done, you can jump in. So this full moon that went by, a lot of things happened. So even though it's not the happiest topic, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in that Middle East. Did the full moon have an effect? Whoop. Did the full moon have an effect on Israel's decision to make this move on Iran? Did the full moon affect it? Paraphon reverse. No, this was kind of a straight line with Israel. A straight line to get from point A to point B. I don't want to get too into the discussion on it, but I don't think that the full moon, I don't think that this was a rash decision. I think that, oh, really, Zephyr? Tactically speaking, they usually attack during the new moon. Interesting. I don't think that this was a rash decision. I think it was a quiet decision. I think it was a decision that they kept under wraps. Lady of the Lake, with your question. I'm going to pull out my kitty cat cards, and I will, to a certain point of this bottle, do a little bit of rock star channeling. I didn't do anything yesterday. I was scrambling yesterday. We had issues with StreamYard. There was all kinds of stuff going on, and it jammed up my whole week. So Lady of the Lake wants to know, Keir Starmer said there's going to be an investigation into... Amanda, I'm going to throw you some cards. George Michael, gotcha. Seeing it? I got you, Zeph. I got you there. Keir Starmer said there's going to be an investigation into the Pakistani grooming. Not supposed to say all that. Will it be a whitewash? Is that actually what he is doing? The Emperor. All right. So, and we're going to the kitty cat deck just to soften this a little bit. So, the Emperor's right in the middle. So this is someone who is taking full charge of what's going on. They are expressing what they mean, but what's behind it? Four of Cups. That's very interesting. I think that the determination, I think he's gotten the feel of the room. Hang on one second, guys. Just got to fix something over here. This screen is doing a little flash at me. I love this kitty cat deck. It's so cute. So I do think that the public noises have gotten very, very loud. I think at one point, Starmer was willing to kind of continue through his day doing what he was doing to achieve his ends, but I think the voices have gotten too loud. So what's under the surface? Wheel of Fortune. This is going to improve his likability. What's in the past? Eight of Pentacles. He has to stop working on the plan behind the scenes. So a lot of people say that Keir Starmer has an agenda, a hidden agenda that we don't know about. This indicates that that agenda is going to be put on the back burner for a little bit. Up top, Hangman, he is not learning from his lessons. And the Lovers in reverse, I think this is very interesting. The result of this, I think he is going to lose some of his support from that secret class out there. I think he is going to lose some support. So will he actually do the investigation? It's going to appear, Lady of the Lake, that he is doing the investigation, but is it actually really going to yield anything? The Empress. There are going to be different guidelines. It's not so much that they're going to change laws. There's going to be different guidelines into the management of some of these the afflicted areas, let's put it that way. So the afflicted areas, they're going to change some of the guidelines for the police investigations and how those things are going to be handled. Does it yield anything? That's our main question here. Will it yield anything? And you're right, Lady of the Lake, the world is going to be watching. The world is going to be watching this. Does it yield? And to be sure, Lady of the Lake, we don't hear that much about what's going on over there with this particular thing. We hear it, through YouTube and through channels there. And I hope that I'm not frying anybody on that one, but that's how the United States is hearing about it. We're not hearing about it on our news quite so much. So will the investigations be effective? Past, present, future? I think this is going to be ongoing investigation. We're still looking into it. So in the past, Four of Cups being forced to do something because it's evident that something needs to be done and the crowds are yelling. Present, we really can't tell if anybody's doing anything wrong. We don't know both sides of the stories. This is what they're going to say. They're going to say that, some of those young people may have wanted to, go in there. Like that's what the conversation is going to say. And then over here, Four of Swords, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's kept secret on this. They're not really going to reveal a lot of information, not the answer that we really want. How is the public going to react to this? How will the public react to this? Knight of Swords. He's our warrior, guys. He is our warrior. Oh my, what an interesting thing. I have a friend.
Hi,
Konnichiwa.
I'm new here. It's the first time I've ever come up. I'm a little bit nervous.
Don't worry. As long as we don't talk about Greta Thunberg, we'll be fine.
Not the Thunderturd.
Let me introduce you, and just in case anybody doesn't know who you are. So, guys, this is my new friend Candor, who I first encountered Candor on the Duchess of North Sussex. He would go on her channel, and he was always very insightful about things that were going on with Megxit, with Harry and Meghan, and things that were going on in the United Kingdom and abroad. And I always thought he was so charming. And then all of a sudden, one day, popped up. Candor was doing a live, and I was like, oh, he has a channel. I didn't even know. And he had just started doing videos and doing lives, and it's an amazing place. He brings up a topic. We had a very, very fun live where we looked at the fashion for the AMAs, which was an absolute blast. And he just has a very, very cool channel. There was there was one episode that was a little weird, but it's totally fine. So if one of the mods can drop Candor's link, that would be fantastic. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, go on over and subscribe to him. One of his episodes, we were talking about Greta Thunberg, and I got into a little Thunberg tussle with another creator. But it's okay. Trevor was there, and Jane was there. The lovely Jane was there. But go on over and give Candor a sub. He's really fun. You're gonna love his content. So, Candor.
I have no idea what this lady's saying. I've just met it just now.
Oh me! Oh me!
I'm
That's
shy.
American. Oh, I snorted. See, Kinder, cheers. Here's to your first million views on your channel.
No, it's so you're celebrating. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very well deserved to a lovely lady, and you are a lovely lady. You texted us early today, but I've been that busy trying to sort this place out and hobbling around. That's my way of rushing around, just getting things back and front. And I'm thinking, just 5 minutes, I'll get back, and then 7 popped up.
Well, it's okay because this morning I woke up, my feet were killing me. And like it wasn't like I did anything yesterday. It wasn't like I went for like, a million-mile march. I didn't even go to the gym. And my feet were killing me. So I got up and I soaked my feet in some Epsom salt. And I was like back and forth to like the charger and the phone. And I just was like I'm just doing crazy stuff. So there's Candor's link. Thank you, Zephyr. There it is.
This is the funniest part, everyone. This lady, Annabelle, she's lovely. She really is. We were talking on the phone yesterday, and she goes, I need to go and get a shower. And then we started talking, and then we went to one thing, then another thing, then another thing. I think about 2 hours later, I goes, I think you need a shower.
I stink. Now, yesterday was so much fun having a chit chat with you. It was so much fun. Candor and I both love cats, so like buckle up, guys. Like we're gonna be talking about cats. But you know what? That's what I want to ask you, Candor. So
I must have been Egyptian in my previous life, ancient Egypt.
Oh, wait, really? Do you really think that?
Well, I've got an obsession with cats, and I love them to bits, and I wouldn't dare harm a one. Must be.
So, well, I was going to do a past life regression today, a free one, like a group guided meditation, but I'm going to bump it to tomorrow. So I'll let you know when that's happening. And it's just a guided meditation to kind of like take everybody through, and that was like part of my thank you to everybody. But I'm going to do 2 sections because poor Dave Murphy in Australia, like trying to make it a normal time for him is pretty tricky.
Yeah, Dave's lovely, absolutely lovely guy, everybody. If you don't know who he is, he's brilliant.
I told him he's going to have a channel eventually. He's like,
Yes,
I
he
have
is.
5 subscribers and I don't do any content. I'm like, that's okay. I go, now you have 6. I subscribe to you too.
He could do about being a single dad on
Yeah.
YouTube with kids coming
Yeah.
into the teens. And that would be interesting to have a look at for the single parents out there, how a single father copes with twins in the
Yeah.
teens.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I think he's going to be in England in November, and he's going to be in the United States in February. So Greg and I intend, he's going to be in New York. So Greg and I intend to go up there and squire him about town a little bit. We're not far from New York. We're like, half hour.
If you just went and said this subbed, I bet the unsub as soon as you start hearing what we talk about.
So wait, this is what I want to talk to you about. So and I know you've had cats like forever. So yeah. I have always had pets. I've always had dogs, I've always had cats. I had 2 dogs that like were my very heart, like I had Bandit and I had Buster. They're both Rottweilers, and they were like my very heart, and I felt like a big connection with them. I have never had an animal come and take to me the way that my mama cat has. And that so and I also I have some other news too. So my girlfriend Shelly came over, and Shelly knows a bit more about Wicca and witchcraft than I do. I'm not a Wiccan or anything. And Shelly was like, she's your familiar. She picked you. She selected you. And I was like, whoa, what do we do? So have you ever had a cat like that?
When we were young, a black cat walked into our house, wouldn't leave. We put him in the outer house, which had a cat flap on, and that was like connected to the garage. And we thought, oh wait, he'll just leave. And he didn't. He came back round the house again, came in the house, and he decided he wanted to live with us. And we called him Lucky, and that's when we were really small kids. And then I got my actual cat, which I named Smokey, from a litter of cats what was down the street, and we took her in, the mother and the kittens, and she had the kittens in ours. And she was more or less a stray. And that was my first kitten, what I had, a grey and white one called Smokey. And that's where I get my porn star name from. It's Smoky Station, you know. It's like the name
Yes.
of the name of the street, and then the name of
Mine
the
is Susie Ferry. So
yeah. I mean, no one can beat mine, Smoky Station. That is just classy.
if you guys don't know what we're talking about, the way you pick your corn star name is you take the animal, your first pet's name and the street you grew up on, and you put them together.
Yeah.
And that's how you get it. So I would have been Susie Ferry. Skipper, oh my God, Greg would be Skipper Greystone. I'm so calling you Skipper Greystone from now on, Greg.
That's gonna be the name in the boudoir.
Oh, so we're not doxing you or anything. So we've got people dropping theirs. Duchess Oakwood is awesome, Amanda. Sounds like she can take a lot there.
That lady whose son's gonna be like, well, I'm on some from here.
We got some good ones. Harley Eluho. And Samantha, I am not surprised that your name is Bingo North.
Oh, no. What animal did you call Bingo?
Bingo North. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So
Did Bingo have a dabber?
What's that?
Did Bingo have a dabber?
Oh my God, so much fun. So yeah, like I've never had a familiar, like pretty fun. Oh, these are getting funny. Rocky Kentwood, Heidi White Plains, Timmy Riddyfield, James.
It's like going like 70 card star names.
We could have like a whole production house here.
Kentwood, Rocky Kentwood. Back in the day, everyone remembers Rocky Kentwood.
Oh, so funny. Oh my gosh, so much fun. But all right, so we'll read some cards so people aren't feeling left out. So
yes. Let's get on the show. Sorry.
So let's do this, Kendra, since it is Trooping the Color, which somebody corrected me because I had Trooping of the Color on my thumbnail. I fixed it, but I think I well, wait a minute. Twist the Tiara's Timmy Burns.
Let's get to a clinic.
Goodness. Oh, thankfully I see yours right now. Okay, hang on one second. We're gonna, since we did Trooping the Color today, how is King Charles going to do for the next 6 months?
Oh.
Let's just see how King Charles III is going to do for the next 6 months. We get the kitty cat, the feline fantasy deck. So let's see how he's going to do next 6 months. Just the next 6 months. Hierophant, he's going to be taking a very, very front seat in his reign. 10 of Pentacles. I think his focus for the next 6 months is going to be to seat his reign as a very positive one. I think he's going to deflect a lot of negativity. He wants his reign to be as blemish free as his mother's. And to be sure, I know his mother's reign was not entirely blemish free, but I think he is going to try to set up some legacy for himself. Under the
She did
surface,
she did the best she could do, really, didn't she?
she
Considering.
did. She did. I think Queen Elizabeth had a remarkable reign.
Yeah, the length of time it was, that's a long time what she did it.
Yeah, I think it's 73, right? Candor, wasn't it 73?
Yeah, it's like really up there, yeah. She's one of the longest reigning monarchs, really. She hits close to the world's longest reigning monarchs just because someone was born into royalty, like being a leader that they've
Mhm.
in front of her. So she didn't hit that until she was like 24, 25.
Yeah, yeah. I thought she was lovely, and I thought she did an amazing job. But here, so I do think that King Charles is going to, that when we get this Hierophant energy, that is someone who is making truly definitive decisions. So I think we're going to see some very interesting decisions over the next 6 months. Here, the 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups. That is planning for the next level. He is getting ready to pass the baton to competent people. This is him sitting with William and Catherine and making sure that they have all of the tools that they need. Under the surface, they're burying the fighting with the rogue royals, the ones that are setting up this crazy American court. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
He is burying the fighting. We're going to see more and more never complain, never explain out of him.
It's the best way to be, I say.
I think so too. I think so too. So good on him. And I think that there's a level with that 10 of Cups, we get a level of enjoyment that I don't think we've seen in his reign so far. I think we've seen a lot of emotional agonizing with him. So I do like that I'm seeing that there's more enjoyment coming. So thankfully, one of my good friends too, thankfully is so beautiful, Candor. Oh my goodness. She's one of the most beautiful people I've ever laid eyes on. And she is an angel on the inside. What do people of the US most need to be aware of right now and for the second half and also for the second half? So what do we need to know right now? 8 of Cups, moving away from things. The 4 of Swords. Under the surface, we have the 7 of Wands, a little bit of imbalance there, but we can see that coming a mile away. 9 of Cups is in the reverse. 7 of Cups is up top. And I'm going to talk about timeline shifting in just a second. This 4 of Pentacles is going to make everybody feel good. Zephyr, don't worry about this. This is not a bad spread. So here, the 8 of Cups, we are moving away from, I do believe it's complacency. And I do believe it's, sometimes as a parent, you need to tell your child, knock it off. Sometimes you have to do that. And I think as president of the United States, sometimes you have to, because you are a guest in that role, I think that you have to behave as a guest representative. You're not a king, you're not staying there forever, and you really do have to serve all of the people and all of the dispositions and political persuasions. So I think we just hit the wall with this. I think being pleasant, I see that, TT. I got it. I made a mark on it. I think the time for being politely inactive is passing. What is behind us? And no offense to my friend Candor, to my guest here. The great the great experiment of the United States is truly an experiment. It's a political experiment that started when we revolted from the king. And there are certain blessings and things that went into place. Now there was, and Sphinx, if you can just clarify, because I know you know more about this than I do, the pathway that Pluto just took, it was exactly the same as the pathway that Pluto took in 1775, right before the revolution. So there is a very raising of certain structures and institutions and rebuilding them that comes along with this same I don't know if it's a transit Sphinx. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but the same path that Pluto just took. There's a certain blessing around the United States that says, try new things, try to do things a little bit differently, try to color outside the lines. And so far, somewhat successful. Some people would say no. But I think that we are getting back to redefining the true American spirit, the true spirit of each and every one of us is equal, each and every one of us has a voice, each and every one of us um can achieve and succeed or fail and fall on our face according to our own manifestation and will, and the amount of work that you put in. I think the Seven of Cups is telling us that we need to know that there are opportunities abound. And with everything that has happened over the last week, and I talked to Alicia Wicker about this, it does feel like there is a significant timeline shift that's happening right now, that we are switching over to a different timeline. And what I felt was, it felt like we were pulling into a train station like Thomas the Tank Engine, and there's a million different tracks that we can go on. And it's going to be the actions that happen in the moment that are going to determine what track we wind up on. But I think this Four of Pentacles tells us everything will be safe and sound. We will be okay. That looks like my little Gandalf. Yes, I know. I'll make that announcement right now. And down here, the Seven of Wands, we're going to have some imbalance for a little while, but rest assured we're going to be okay. So a little intermission on this reading. Candor, my
I
neighbor.
just, I was quite shocked when I seen those riots going on, and they were smashing the police stations or buildings, and I'm like, why? Like, come on, like we can do better than this. You don't have to smash up a place just to put your point across, and like it's just getting ridiculous. I think social media has a big part in it as well, where people are just getting out of control and thinking they can do whatever they want now. And they don't realize the knock-on effect, what it causes other people. And I feel sorry for police officers, and if the army was getting involved, because they're getting attacked just because the people are not happy, and they don't realize the damage they're doing, and that comes out of taxpayers' money to have to redo that, where it could be going elsewhere for better causes. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's that whole gotcha culture, where people want to have that I gotcha moment, like I'm smart and you're an idiot. I'm crafty and tactical and you're not. It's that whole gotcha culture.
But the thing is with
And
that, Annabelle, they end up being looking like the clowns because they don't see past the end of the noses.
it's yeah. Well, that's all those FAFO people, the
Yeah.
ones that there were some gals that were, or it was a guy and a gal in Las Vegas, and they were the police were going out with their riot gear and their armor, and they were walking out to go to work, and they were kind of talking some smack. And somebody said, one of them said something, and they came back and they go, okay, now you're arrested. And like, they're putting them on the ground and they're fighting them. And they're like, oh, do anything. And they're like, no, you did disorderly conduct. Like, you know, you did. And that's the thing. Like, everybody thinks that they
Yeah.
can say whatever they want, and they
Yeah.
can't. You
And
know?
they're looking for it to be resurrected as a statue.
Yeah. Well,
They want people as statues in every state now.
well, they keep knocking them down here in the United States. So, yeah, everybody wants their own statue. I mean, it's it's just really, you know, we always say, I don't know if we say it in England too, but don't write a check your mouth can't cash. Or
Exactly.
Annabelle?
Oh, Annabelle.
Oh, there you go. Greg got it.
Annabelle, did you see that about a month ago, this artist from London is putting statues around the world, and it was like, oh, like it's like overweight people and stuff like that, and putting these resurrecting them up and stuff. And of course, and they're going, oh, it's such an inspiration. Of course, the only thing what inspires me looking at that is to stop ordering food off Just Eat.
Yeah. One of my girlfriends in high school, her mom used to wear a bikini around the house. And we were like, what the hell is that? And she was like, if I'm in a bikini, I know what I look like. I have a lot of mirrors in this house and I won't eat. I was like, that's the most genius idea I've ever heard. Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's clear it was working.
I'm joking on wine. All right, so let's hit the second half of Thankfully's chat here. And she wants to know what people in America need to know for the second half of 2025. What do we need to know? What's the most important stuff we need? Four of Pentacles again. Four of Wands in reverse. And the Hermit. So the most important thing is that the center will hold here. We may see surface things. The pentacles are the slowest and the firmest of the suits. The wands are they're a fire energy, so they're the most elusive and they're the fastest. They flare up and they burn down. So all the chaos that we see will pass. The foundation, the roots of the United States are strong. They are good. Our Constitution is a hell of a document. And over here, the Hermit will reign over all. The Hermit is that intellectual academic information that we have behind it. So all will be well. So what I was going to tell you, Candor, and I skipped over it because I had a glass of wine. I'm on my second glass of wine. So if you guys want to keep up, pour your second glass of wine or your second cocktail, whatever it is. My neighbors were over last night. And thank you again, thankfully. My neighbors were over last night, and our neighbor Marcia turned Gandalf over, and Gandalf may be Galadriel. She's pretty sure that Gandalf is a girl.
So he's a girl.
It looks like Gandalf is a girl.
So you need to call it. You need to call him Omi.
Yes, Omi. Yeah, should we call her Omi now?
Yes, it definitely suits Omi if it's a girl. You can't call a girl Gandalf. That's just wrong. The poor kitten will be confused. It'll end up walking around in a skirt. It doesn't know what it is. Then trousers. It'd be so confused.
Did I tell you that? I don't know if I think I told you yesterday. Baby daddy broke into the lanai and was having a meal and thought he was having a sleepover. So baby daddy is Orange Julius. So I had to run him off. I was like, Orange Julius, you can't sleep over.
So the new kittens on the block is Omi and Astra.
Yes, and they're both girls.
Yes.
So
Girls
I
won't
believe it until the vet tells. I like, I'm so embarrassed that I
how did you get confused? Because you can tell that the boys straight away, like the little nuts.
he doesn't have there are no little things on either of the boys. So like there's no little pom-poms on either of them. And so I was always taught that if it's a girl, it looks like a semicolon, and if it's a boy, it looks like a colon. So, you know, and I'm not like you know, really scrutinizing. Like I just looked real quick and I was like, okay, you know, we're good. But she's still lovely.
She's beautiful. She's absolutely stunning. Those markings are to die for.
They're getting better day by day. Like the
Yes,
swirl on
they'll
her
be coming
side
in.
is
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, but
Omi is definitely a keeper. You got to keep Omi.
I
And
think we're keeping them all. I think they're all
Lord,
staying. We have a trap and neuter program here, and what a lot of places have it, but in our town we have one, and they already trapped two of the cats from next door, and so they're at the clinic right now getting fixed, and what it is vets will donate their time. So they just have to wait for, they've got 2 more spaces and they're trying to catch 2 more cats over there. And I mean, I think Cutie Patootie, like we could just literally pick her up and put her in the carrier and she'll go with the kittens. So as soon as they're 8 weeks old, we'll see if we can get everybody done at the same time. But
have you seen the 5 other kittens and what they look like now? What's
yes, they're
hiding?
back. They showed up the other day. I asked our neighbor Marsha about it last night. They did show up the other day. They're a week or 2 behind mine, so they're probably still hiding out. And we've had weather, so like today it's like rainy and miserable. So all my cats are sleeping today. Like they're just all sleeping on the porch. But I gave Pusheen a great big cuddle today. Pusheen came over from Kuwait, and I'm like, I'm so glad you're not in the Middle East anymore. Like I was just loving all over that cat. I was like, I'm just so glad you're here. But you know, it's we're gonna get everybody sorted, so we don't have we had quite a bloom of cats this year. You know, total is so we have 3, 5, and then the 2 that didn't make it, we would have had like another 10 cats on site. Like that's a lot of cats. That's a lot of cats to care for. So
Well, at the moment, I'm in the middle of stroking Dahlia under her chin, looking like a Bond villain. While talking. And everyone, that's Dahlia in the picture there. She's my oldest cat.
all cats are Bond villains, though, aren't they?
Yes. She's definitely a Queen Dahlia.
Let me see. I know we have more questions here. Let me get over here. So Amanda had a comment. Tarot classes that I'm putting up. Yes, there is if you guys don't know, I do have a playlist called Taste of Tarot. I'm dropping all of my lessons into that so you can take them for free. You don't have to be a member or anything like that. So go on over there. I'm glad Amanda's enjoying it. I'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. I'll be talking about, you know, my familiar Cutie Patootie. I'll be talking about stuff on the full moon. It's not just going to be tarot stuff. So we're going to have all kinds of fun stuff in there. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. How do you feel about George Michael?
Me?
Yeah, you, Candor.
Well, not a lot. He passed away a long time ago. I know it was like a major thing when he got caught in the thing, which I think was a total setup by the police. I think they knew what they were doing. And he should have come out ages ago. It was pretty obvious when he was singing Last Christmas that he was gay.
Oh, you didn't think Wake Me Up Before You Go the dance? I
Oh,
thought the
yeah,
dance.
that as well. But like, I mean, I like the song Careless Whisper, and that other one, Freedom. I love that song. Them the
I
2
love
songs.
that video.
Yes, with all the models in. That's what makes us attracted to it even more, because all the stunning models from the 90s in it, early
Yeah,
90s. Yeah,
he had all
but
of them. He got all
yeah.
of them.
George Michael in real life is really funny, and he was comical, and he knew how to have a laugh. and he used to help out charities like Comic Relief, and he did like stunts on there, taking the mick with them and stuff, like
Yeah.
little like things, and that's what it should be about, just having a laugh and being free, basically.
Well, that's the thing. So, my father did very well for himself, and my father is extremely altruistic. He does a lot of very impactful things for charity. And when I hear about a celebrity that really and truly is charitable without, all the fanfare, without, rolling in with a truck with a big bow on it, like, here, I'm bringing all this stuff, Shaq is one of them. Shaq is
Yeah.
extremely generous. And George Michael, we found out after he passed away how generous he was.
See, this
So
is the thing. This is the thing what I find what's great about celebrities. The ones what are really kind don't let people know, and they don't brag about it on media. And they don't brag about it if a news reporter comes up. They keep it to themselves and they just donate. It's a bit, do you know what other celebrity I respect? Keanu Reeves.
love him,
Yes.
love him, love him.
He's one of the most sanest ones in Hollywood, and that, and he keeps himself to himself. And I know he donates stuff, but he doesn't let anyone know, and he does it anonymous.
And he just lives like a regular person. I mean, I know he doesn't live like a regular person. Like, he's
Yeah,
not like,
within
you
the
know,
best of his means, what he can do apart from the stalking him.
yeah, I don't read on him for a reason though,
How come?
because there is some crazy, insane fandom around
Oh,
Keanu Reeves. I did a reading on him and his girlfriend. His girlfriend is an artist, and she seems lovely, like uh they seem like they have a lovely relation. I did a reading on the relationship, and holy moly, these people came out of nowhere to tell me that I was crazy, and that Alexandra was giving him substances and had like a spell on him. Like, every time I
oh
went back to
my
the comments, it
God, it
was
gets
like a different
ridiculous,
thing.
doesn't it?
I
It
was like,
gets ridiculous, the
"Whew."
jealousy.
Yeah, I was like, I've never heard of any of
But,
this.
no, wait, wasn't Keanu actually her boyfriend?
Wait, what?
The woman that kept saying you were wrong.
Oh yeah, there was one. No, that was just one of them.
Oh.
There was one that was like, Keanu's actually my boyfriend. It's gonna all come out in the media soon. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Okay.
Like, I remember when there was this woman, she kept on breaking into his house, getting in his house,
That
and
too. That was
and he
me.
literally told her to leave. Like that, and but you know, when you put like celebrities together, like Hollywood actors together, thinking who would be the best pair, I think Winona Ryder and him would make the perfect pair. I
Oh
really do.
no. Winona
Oh, I
Ryder was
do.
supposed to marry Johnny Depp.
Like, the thing is, I don't think that's ever going to happen. They've done that and been there. I don't know. I see something in Keanu Reeves what might balance Winona out a bit, because she's a bit shy and a bit quirky, and he's like cool, like chill, and keeps to himself.
According to legend, they are married.
And he,
I'm not letting. She said
it's a
Yeah.
legend. Which legend's this?
in
Do
when
you want to come over and talk?
yeah, when they did
Gregopedia's
Bram
coming
Stoker's
over.
Dracula, I think Francis Ford Coppola said they had to actually get married for this.
No,
role.
they just, it was who they had do the service,
Mhm.
because they needed someone to do,
Right.
there's much more footage.
Right.
And so they wanted an authentic service
Oh.
in Bram Stoker's Dracula. So they hired the guy, and the guy did like the whole thing. And there was no like in the Catholic religion, you have to do all kinds of crazy stuff before you get married. I'm not Catholic, I don't know. And they actually were married. So like they text each other, according to legend, as husband and wife. Like, very cute. So you're onto something there, Candor.
Yeah. Do you know another celebrity what I've never heard much of lately? And I don't know, because I don't watch a lot of like series and stuff like that in America as much. I'm always on me K-dramas. Um, Christian Slater.
Ooh,
What
yeah.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was hubba hubba hot stuff when I was younger. I loved him in Heathers and in
I
Pump Up
love
the
Heathers.
Volume. He was
I love Heathers, but do you know what? There might be some kind of like tragic thing with the Heathers, because two of the Heathers have passed.
Oh, that's right. Two of them
The,
had
the main blonde one, she passed first. Then it was Shandoni. The other year passed, and there's only one Heather left now, and that
Wait,
was the third Heather.
you know what I'm going to say?
Mm.
Is that pate? I better motor if I'm going to make it to this funeral.
I always do Renona Ryder's thing, suck it up or lick it up.
Oh,
Lick
lick
it up.
it up.
I
So,
love that.
let's see what George Michael has to say. Let's see if he's transitioned, because I'm going to be honest. Like, now, Candor, you and I have talked about this. Like, I'm a trained singer and I love voices. I love your voice. I think I could listen to you talk all day long. But let's see if we're going to get George Michael's voice back. I would like to hear that voice sing again.
Yes, you just have to have faith.
Just have to have faith. I hear my husband in the background.
Faith,
Mr.
baby.
Funny guy. Yep, George Michael's coming back, guys. We're going to get him back soon. Which means he's going to be born again soon. Not like in the born again sense, like, one of those things. So this is what we're going to get with George Michael. Bear with me, guys, because I don't know if we're all going to get to hear him. He is not going to be a pop singer this next time. I do think he's going to be a religious voice. So he could be a cantor. He could be some kind of vocalist, but it's going to be in one of the major big religions. And he will be well known within that religion. There's something about him being insulated and singing to the glory of God. That's going to be his next mark that he makes in the next lifetime. So I do think that he's going to transition probably in the next 5 to 10 years. We're going to have little baby boots on the ground with him. He's making that decision right now. And the decision is whether it's going to be in a family that is well placed or a family where he has to kind of climb his way up into that position. So does that mean that maybe he's in a not religious family and he decides to be religious? Like maybe he's in a family outside of Rome, and they're not religious, and so he's gonna, and a preacher and teacher. Oh, Sphinx, I see what you did there. Look at that. Sphinx, you're on fire today, Sphinx. Sphinx is my girlfriend, Candor, just so you know. She's a good friend of mine. She's very, very funny. Great sense of humor.
Or he could be part of a cult.
I said, yeah, we're all part of a cult. COULT. I love being in that cult. So I do think that we're going to get him back, but I think it's going to be a religious voice. So like Placidio Domingo. Did I say that? Placidio? Why can't I say that? Because I'm on my second glass of wine. That's why.
So do you believe that people can come back alive, like come back?
I do. Yes.
So is he going to come back gay or straight?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, let's see.
Or he might come back as a woman.
No, I think he's coming back as a man. So we have the Justice card and then that Three of Swords. And this is the worst card in the deck. So, this card is heartbreak, loss, death, depression, all of those things. But when we get it in reverse, it is restoration from that kind of pain. Ellen Cannon Reed, I don't read with this deck very often. When I do, you guys know I mean business. Wifey always says that. Anna means business. The Ellen Cannon Reed deck's coming out. This deck is Ellen Cannon Reed. I stopped reading with it years ago because of the pentacle on it. People got freaked out. But her Three of Swords, and we're kind of teaching tarot right now, guys, so bear with. Her Three of Swords is very different, and it's more like the inverted Three of Swords as I read it. So it's more of the pain that you walk through creates the strength and the scaffolding around you so that you can endure. So you can go on and move into your life with the armor of that experience. So there she is. There's our Three of Swords. And you can see this lovely lady. She's robed in red. That is a lot of power and passion. But she's moving down that windy road, and the pain is not continuing to stab her. It is creating the framework. It's the doorway, the threshold that she walks through that gives her strength to keep going down the road into that darkness. So when I get the Three of Swords in reverse, as I did here, this is something that gives strength. So does that mean, I'm going to pull some more clarifying cards here, because I'm curious if that means that he is going to come back in an in still being gay and more in alignment with everything around him, or if he's going to come back straight. Ace of Wands in reverse. Now the Ace of Wands is phallic. You can see that it's phallic there. I don't think he's decided yet. I think he may come back as a gay man. You know, and the reason is not that I want him to, that I want him to kind of, re-exist, so to speak. Because I think that he's already kind of run the gauntlet of, being a celebrity, being an amazing talent that had to silence that private part of his life.
Yeah.
I think he has learned the lessons. This is a very cloistered card. We're hidden and tucked away in a very safe place, closeted, so to speak.
Yeah.
But here, I think he is out and about and not worried about that. And the anxiety of any of that is now gone and abated. He's kind of worked through it in this lifetime. So I think we're going to get him back. I think we're going to get him back presently. So if anyone in the chat has children or grandchildren that start singing, just buckle up, buckle up, buckle up.
He's going to come back as a gay priest.
No, I think he's just going to be in the church. I don't think he's going to be a priest. I think he's just going to be a follower. He's going to have a calling. Is this Jane from your channel? Is this the lovely Jane?
Yes, Jane Holland. Yes.
Oh, lovely Jane. Let's see. I'm going to grab Jane's question ahead. And let's see about Freddie Mercury. Are we getting him back?
Go
ahead, my dear.
Can you do Brittany Murphy?
I can, but I was going to save her for a big reading.
Okay. We'll do that for a big reading. Then.
Yeah,
okay.
I actually want to do like a walkthrough of her house. So I have a theory about Freddie Mercury, and Carly Simon gets brought into it. The way that his teeth were structured, I have a theory that it helped him to sing better, to have better projection, because Carly Simon has the same. If you look, her teeth are very similar to his, and I just.
As a horse.
What's that?
Is he coming back as a horse?
No.
Hey. With the way his teeth are.
Oh, he did have extra teeth, Jane. Yes, you are correct. All right, so where is he? Freddie's not back yet. We're not going to get him back for a little bit. He's got stuff he's got to do on the other side for a little while. So Kendra, you kind of scratched this before. So I think that we are all part of a great big mass of energy, and that we can access that energy through meditation, through psychic ability, those kinds of things. that's why a lot of people, when they do past life regressions, they're like, oh my God, I was Marilyn Monroe. I was, Buster Poindexter. I loved him. People will sometimes travel into the experience of celebrities, and they'll get some information from it. It's like doing past life regression / remote viewing and time traveling all at the same time. It's really
I
cool.
know. I know what I'll do is I'll speak to you offline because I'll tell you something what happened in my childhood. And it was repeating and repeating, but I'm not going to say it on here because people think I'm bonkers. But I want your opinion on it, but I will
Okay.
tell you at some point, okay? I
Yeah.
just
I'll tell you this, my son has been my son like a number of times now in a row, and he's fed up with it. He's sick of being my son. He's sick of me bossing him around. So
oh,
I'm committing to not being his mom next time.
um, just I can just see him looking at you like, Mother, I am so sick of you. I
Yeah.
mean, we've had this for centuries now. When are you going to just let us
Yeah.
get birthed by another woman? What is
Quit
wrong with
bossing
you?
me. It's really funny, but like it's a very comfortable relationship because we've done it so many times. But he is sick of me telling him, come home, let me know where you are.
But
Um,
that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. He should be thankful the parent cares.
oh, you know what? All right, guys, we're gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna look at what Zephyr had to say. Looks like they ID'd the guy, so hang on. No, it's okay, Zephyr. It's okay. So Freddie Mercury. Yeah, so what I think happens is we practice here on Earth. We have human lifetimes. We work through different relationships, different combinations of relationships with people that are in our soul group, and we get to just develop and refine ourselves until we become really really good advisors for people that are on Earth that are kind of doing what they do. Did you ever see the movie Defending Your Life?
No.
Oh, really? It's Meryl Streep and, Rip Torn and Albert Brooks, and it's fantastic, and that's exactly what I think the in-between is like. I don't think we watch movies and, like, have to defend our life, but, they have to, do, like, a life review, and I think we do that, but I don't think they, like, kinda kick us back. I think, they give us some helpful tips, like, if you ever work in corporate I'm sorry, I'm starting to slur from the wine. If you ever work in corporate and you make a mistake, they make you take like, some classes online and, fix the problem. So I think they do that. Freddie Mercury, I think, is not ready to be a guide yet. And we have that from this star in reverse. He's not ready. There's still a terrestrialness about him that I think he just he really this is like a long vacation because the last lifetime was very, very intense. There was a lot of things that happened in the last lifetime that he did manifest, but he didn't realize how much he was going to get out of it. It's like, pouring yourself like a half a glass of milk, and then like all of a sudden you're just pouring and it's overflowing all over the place. Um,
Uh, I tell you what, I've got a story about Freddie Mercury.
tell.
Right. In the early days, before they were famous, he went to a little village near where I actually live now, not that far away from us, in the local workmen's clubs and that, and they were on as Queen starting out. My mum went to see him, and she also saw Elton John not long after. Um, and she says the band was nothing like what they are like when they got famous. Freddie couldn't sing properly. He had to, like he must have been practicing singing, like with professionals when they were getting better and better. And she says the band was amazing, but Freddie couldn't sing to save his life. And this is when they first started out. And she goes, and she was a Queen fan. She's always been a Queen fan. She says, but he got better. So obviously he's getting lessons by someone to do his vocals, to get high up to do them. So he got better. But she also said, tapping into Elton John, she saw him in Chesley Street. And she says he just didn't want to be there. And he was arrogant as hell. And he just didn't want to talk to anyone. This is when he was starting out. He had a bad attitude and everything. And I goes, also, he was a typical Queen then. um, and that's the story, really, because me mum was into rock bands and stuff, and my dad was as well when they were really young, because they met each other when they were 19, and they always had like rock band LPs, everything like that, from different bands and everything. And they were both obsessed in Queen. But she says that's what he was like when he first started out. And she says obviously he improved when he got bigger because he loved getting vocal training. So that's a little story there.
One of the things when you are performing, it is that, like, when you're a young performer, it is very hard to find your own sound. And that, it's easy to like copy everybody, like, oh baby, baby. Like, you can do like Britney Spears, or you could do Gwen Stefani, like you can emulate those sounds, and people that are good singers, that their vocal cords are in good shape, that they can do that. They can mimic any actor that can mimic other people, like all those comedians, Robin Williams. I guarantee you they could carry a tune all day long. Because once you have that, that physical fitness in your voice, you can do it. So I think, like, famously, Jim Morrison faced away from the audience. He had to kind of get into that. I think Freddie Mercury was one of those people. I think it was hard for him to find his own sound, because especially back at that time, that was the dawn of starting to generate commercial music. Like, oh, we want you to sound like so and so, we want you to do this, we want you to be like this. And so I think maybe there was some push and pull, not making excuses for him, but maybe it was very difficult for him to find his own sound. And Elton John, like, there's a certain arrogance around his personality, I think, that comes out of his songwriting.
Yes, and oh, honestly, she says she just says he looked like he just didn't want to be there, and he had a right arrogant attitude on him, and he was just rushing through the songs because he didn't want to be there and he wanted to go. So obviously he must have had to gym that. But she said Queen was tone deaf,
Yeah.
and she says he improved quite a lot when they were getting more famous, and that's where she says he must have had vocal training from someone to improve his sound.
I love that your mom got to see both of them, though. I love
Yes, she were they were like, see, I was an indie little freak when I was in my early 20s. My sisters have never been, they've always been house music, but I loved house music as well. And but I love the indie bands and stuff because some of them are really good.
fill me in, though. Like, are you talking like indie groups like Ned's Atomic Dustbin, or like indie groups like
Me around my time, oh God, this is going back, oh God. They all got out of my head now. You put so I love Kings of Leon before they went commercial.
yes.
Before they did that third album and started looking like they were from the mountains. Before that, On Call. I used to love that song. On Call, it was amazing. Oh, the band, what's the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. That's
Oh,
it.
love the yeah, yeah, yes.
Off with your head and Zero, absolutely that song. There's loads of bands where I'm forgetting their names, and I try go on YouTube to find them, just typing anything in what relates to them, and I can never find them. There was loads of bands, fantastic, and
So, you know who I found on YouTube, and like, I couldn't have been happier. That when I was 14, there was a guy that came out at the same time as, like, oh, who did You Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right Round? Who was
yeah,
that?
um, Pete Burns,
Pete Burns' band, but yeah, I loved him.
yes,
And the Cult came out, and there was a guy named Simon F. who did this song, I Want You Back. I'm going to send it to you because I have it in one of my playlists.
See,
Um,
I love the Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams,
oh,
and I love New Order, Blue Monday.
yes,
Absolutely love that.
yes.
It's just timeless track that. There's loads of them in the 80s, what I love when I was just a young kid. I know fine well my parents used to blast that music when I was a baby. I think they blasted the Eurythmics into us. Oh, they saw the Eurythmics as well in Sunderland when they were starting out, Annie Lennox. And she
She
said
has a naturally beautiful voice.
yeah, she says her voice was amazing when she was like young like that. And she says she was a talent and they saw them at Sunderland and before they went massive, like it was Annie Lennox in there. And she says she was amazing singer. She's
Unbelievable. So
done a
our,
lot of
our
stuff.
buddy Dave Murphy's in.
Yes, I've seen that before. There's Dave.
We woke him
Yeah.
up. It's like I think four in the morning, 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
Like the
Wakey,
Industrial
wakey,
Revolution
eggs and
period?
bakey.
We can't figure out what time it is in Dave Murphy's. Yeah, it's like I don't know if it's 14 hours or 12 hours. I can't figure it out. I've got. I know what time it is at your house. So speaking of it's 6:15. Oh, okay, Dave, that's very helpful. I know you're way in the future. Twisted Tiara, she jumped off, but she wants to know what's going on with Nigel Farage and Zia Youssef. Are they what do you know about these two? I know Nigel Farage.
I know Yusuf took the Highland Fling when they tried to get when they stood up and said they need to get rid of the burqa in the UK so they can see actual people's faces with obviously with the terrorism what's going on, you know. And
Okay.
it just says cameras should be able to pick up people's faces in case anything happens because anyone could be hiding under a burqa and they can cause any damage and the cameras can't see who it is because they're hidden behind a burqa, which is fair enough. I think anyone I think it's with ski masks as well and everything like that. I think it should be taken off so cameras can see what's going on and who is who and what's what. I think it's a fair point. But he kicked off and he'd walked out and then he's come back. Praising the woman for saying that. I think there's a bit of rivalry going on. For me personally, Nigel Farage, he's got power in a way because he's been around for a long time, but I think he's a slippery eel as well. He'll just turn left when he wants to.
Who was the other bloke? I want to say Nick Lowe, but I'm thinking of Nick Frost.
I know who you're on about. I keep forgetting his name.
His last
I
name's Lowe, Lowe.
think so.
Rob Lowe?
No, it's not Rob Lowe. Even though Rob Lowe looks really good for how old he is. I just saw him shirtless the other day. So I know TT had to jump off, but she wants to know what's going on. Their fight is that they're collaborating so that they can get more done. This was a negotiation between the two of them. I'll have to message her and let her know that. So this is a little bit of
Rupert Law.
What was that?
Rupert Law.
Mm-hmm.
Or Rupert Law, I think it is.
Rupert Lowe. And he looks goofy AF. Like he just looks like like
Do that again.
He just looks super goofy. Like who was the guy that was in University Challenge, Greg? It's me.
It was Rick Mail.
No, not Rick Mail.
Yeah, what?
The other guy who was down on the bottom with Emma Thompson.
There was Hugh Laurie, Stephen Fry.
Stephen Fry. He reminds me of Stephen. Oh, Penny and Wifey rolled in. I saw that. Everybody's in the house. Welcome, guys. It's Tipsy Tarot, so get yourself a drink. I don't advise my students to do this, but I'm doing it. And I've got Candor here. There is a link up top if anybody wants to drop in and say hello.
So let's see what these two crafty little people are up to then, collaborating.
So I think that together they have, and we're talking about Nigel Farage and Zia Youssef. I think that they are going to break the expectation of others right now. Basically, I think this is an unexpected collaboration and union, and they're doing it to show. I do think that they had a quiet word together. They're doing it to show that opposing sides can have talks that will be productive instead of just kind of fighting with each other. And I'm seeing something there's a they just announced what's happening. Wait, what?
What is happening?
This is the Minnesota thing. Hang on. All right. Oh, wifey. Holy. Hey, Zephyr, can you WhatsApp me any kind of thing on that? Oh my goodness. That is going to be something. So I don't know if you were on before, Candor. When I started, there were two lawmakers and their spouses were attacked in the middle of the night by a gunman who was dressed up like a police officer. He had a police officer vehicle. He had all the accoutrement. The first couple, a woman lawmaker and her husband, were both taken off the earth plane. And then there's actually, I'm sorry, the first couple are in the hospital right now. We don't know how they're doing, but they're optimistic about them. The second couple was taken off the earth plane. There was a whole thing with the police going there, blah, blah, blah. So now they're saying that the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, who was our vice president candidate for the last election, hired fascinators, not these, but fascinators, to take the four of them out. Yeah, that's kind of huge news. See,
Why?
Really?
That's on Fox News right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why did you want
Have
them taken
surgery
off for?
and in serious condition. Oh, wait a minute. No, outer limits. I think they're still in surgery. Let me see what we got. Hang on, guys, because we can do all. Oh my God! And now there's incoming missiles. We might have to break this live stream.
I think we all need helmets on our heads and bulletproof vests.
Yeah. Okay. Iran launches 5th missile barrage toward Israel. I'm not seeing anything about Tim Walz on here. There's like the world is on fire right now, guys. All right. So you know what? We're going to leave that alone. For the moment. And I will do what I have to do after this. Holy moly. Let's go to my text. Okay. Thank you, wifey. Thank you. This is what it's like on a live with me, Candor. Isn't it fun?
It's crazy how people are just getting out of control, though, and just doing whatever, It's kind of scary.
All right. Oh, okay. It's Benny Johnson. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Holy moly. Everything's all right. So, whoo.
In Australia, Dave just has to watch people fighting with kangaroos. On the flip side, everyone's getting ended.
Listen, where Dave Murphy is, everything is deadly.
Everything is trying to kill you.
Yeah, like toilet bowls bite over there.
And not just from the ground, they drop from the trees. Drop there.
Draw back. Okay, RFA jets scrambled to ME to protect Middle East, to protect UK. Oh boy. All right. You know what, guys? We are going to look at the world perspective. I wasn't going to go bananas on this, but we're going to look at the world perspective right now. I have friends all over the world.
Andor?
Huh?
Who you, Cassie and Andor?
Who?
I have friends everywhere.
I have friends
That's
everywhere.
their code word when they meet up with someone from the rebellion.
Oh, okay.
Friends everywhere.
So all right. The world has gone bananas. Wifey, we're gonna put that up. So
I don't think you can put up what Dave's just went and said about koalas.
they do have the clap though.
Yes.
I know it's hilarious, though. I don't know if you can put it up.
Cheeky monkeys
No, wombats.
with cheeky wombats. All right, so
Best house to a clinic.
the Middle East is the powder keg, guys. The Middle East is what is showing us. It's going to show us the direction of everything else that's in the world right now. There are people. I'm going to go bananas crazy deep on this right now, guys. Hi, Julianne. So the Middle East is going to reveal the wielding of weapons, and things are going to move very quickly. Zephyr, I'm sorry, I am not going to give you any levity right now. Things are going to move very quickly. For the next 24 hours, we're going to have to keep all eyes on Israel, but we're going to have to keep a second pair of eyes on the United States. The United States, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and there's another place, but I think it's in Texas. I can't quite get where that's going to. I think Chicago is going to pop off too in the United States, and that's going to be because of these the No Kings things. They're going to take advantage and leverage on the actions that are happening. The vibration of the world is starting to get to a fever pitch, and all of the crazies are starting to latch into that. I want you guys to know the best thing we can do is not panic. We all have to kind of calm down on this. We all have to be more like Putin. I'm sorry, I have to say that. Right now, Putin is sitting back in a chair. He is calm as a cucumber. He is sipping a cold drink and calm as a cucumber right now. Best things, guys. Breathe is right, Zephyr. Breathe. Hi, Kelly. Thank you. All right. So, I know some people are not going to like this. Things are going to get a little wild here in the United States. I want you guys just to buckle up, Buttercup. Remain calm. Best weapon you have in your house is a fire extinguisher. I'm going to relay that information to everyone. Gregopedia taught me this trick. Fire extinguisher has range. It will blind someone if you shoot it at them, and then you can hit them with it if necessary.
No, we don't recommend that. That goes against manufacturers' suggestions.
It goes against manufacturers' recommendations, but it is something that you can use. So if you have a fire extinguisher in your house, you are well equipped for any kind of dilemma like this if someone tries to lay siege to your castle and your keep. Wife of a grumpy Marine said wasp spray and a lighter.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll work too.
You don't even need the lighter part for that.
Yeah,
The
you
wasp
don't need the
spray-
lighter
wasp
part?
spray- Yeah, the wasp spray itself will blind people.
Oh.
It's pretty toxic stuff.
Greg said the wasp spray was a good thing. One of these days I will post your wasp video with Angus freaking out at the door.
You can't see it, though. It's all dark.
Huh?
It's all dark.
Yeah, Angus was not dark. It was hilarious. He was freaking out. So things are going to get a little bit crazy. I do think that High Red Thread, I do think that we're going to have some losses here. I think we're going to hear about some craziness. So just guys, take care of your own, stay close to home, do that kind of thing. Red Thread, we are doing crazy stuff right now. So I will do another live for private personal readings very soon, possibly today. Or not possibly today, possibly this weekend. I'm sorry. But we just got to drop some crazy news on us in the United States here. So control will be regained, but there's going to be some fallout. Those of you that made it through 9/11 on the East Coast, you're going to know what that vibe felt like. 9/11, things went absolutely chaotic for the first 10 days, 7 to 10 days. It was pretty dramatic, and then things kind of calmed down. So we're going to get a calm down. Things aren't going to be the same. There's going to be, the cavalry is going to come in. Everything's going to be fine. So if you are in one of these centers that has some of the protests going on, riots, whatnot, just sit tight. And I want you guys to know that the intensity that's raising from Minnesota and also from the Middle East is an energy that certain crazy people are going to latch on to. So do your part and stay as calm as possible, because that's going to lower that temperature, literally going to lower the temperature. We're going to look at Tim Waltz real quick. Looking at Tim Waltz. Did he do it? Did he do it? Thanks for all the good emojis in there, guys. Tim Waltz. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys something. I think they are clearing the bench. Those of you that know a thing or two about sports, I think they're clearing the bench right now. I think Tim is part of the bench clearing. They've got to get some people out of there. And I don't necessarily think that he had something to do with this, but I think he is being, I don't want to say fingered. I don't want to say Tim Waltz is being fingered.
Love you too.
But I do think, that they're kind of directing the vision over to Tim Waltz right now, guys. I don't know if he had anything to do with it. I don't know if he had. I'm gonna withhold my judgment on that. All right. Take the temperature down a little bit. That got intense, right, Kandor? Did you feel it?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this. Let's hop back over and let's take a look at Trump. It's his birthday today. It's his birthday. Let's see how Captain Trump is doing over there. I will tell you guys this little this is going to be a little future cast. So for the last 12 hours, I've had a hard time. I keep calling him Governor Trump. Governor Trump. Why do I keep calling him Governor Trump? I think he is going to swoop on over to a governorship. Dave, I think he's 79. Oh, Fiona's going live in a half hour. We're gonna have to mosey on over there, so we'll wrap this up soon. Thank you, Zephyr. Keep me on the clock for that. Keep poking me. Poke the bear. So, how is Trump doing on this 79th birthday? Sun in reverse. He's about to reveal something from the past. 3 of Swords in reverse. 4 of Pentacles, Chariot in reverse, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So, Kandor, there's something that I want to tell you about Donald Trump. When he started the campaign for the last election, I kept seeing him. I kept having this vision of him on the back of a military vehicle. He's not in military garb. He's in, a suit. He's in his typical Trump outfit. And he's giving a speech on this speeding truck, and there's chaos all behind him. And he's telling people, stand strong, stand strong. Make sure that you do what you have to do. Don't give in. Don't give in. Very similar to his fight that he did after the. I think we're going to see that in coming days. I think it's coming. And I'm getting chills over my whole body. I think
Yes.
we're going to see him doing that. Now,
Do you
does he,
think they're going to try and target him again?
I think they are I think they've been targeting him the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. I think that there has been more attempts on him than we could ever imagine. We're going to find out about it after the whole thing. After he's done and he's actually retired from service. I think it's going to be in a book that he publishes posthumously.
Yeah.
So for him today, the Chariot in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse are not bad things. What this is he is challenging the status quo. He's the great disruptor. He is going to stop the progress for progress sake, and he is going to disrupt it and keep things going in the purest sense of it. And a lot of people have issues with going back to the Constitution because it was written by white males and blah blah blah. But it really was written in a very what am I trying to say, Greg? Idiom. It was written in an idiom. No, it wasn't written in an idiom. It was written in a fashion that did take into consideration all men were created equal.
It was the first one that wasn't about anyone's king's authority. It was actually that the authority always came from the people, and that's where the Constitution really gets its power. Is that it is because you asked for it. This is what we're giving you.
Yeah. So, and it's not so much that the power comes from a man; it comes from the person. It is the God-given right of every person to have peace, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, but was part of the Constitution. Really?
There's a different document.
But okay. I substituted for the preamble. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union.
Yes, there you go.
Establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility. Provide for the common defense, for the general welfare, and yeah, dang it, I can't remember the rest. I could sing it. Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and I'm totally singing it wrong. But anyway, so I think he is leaning back into being a constitutionalist, which is a very libertarian kind of way of governing the nation. Going back to the Constitution, which is a solid document that was written with the perspective of giving personal freedom to each and every person that was born into the country. So there, did I say it right?
There's only one river.
God, you're killing me, Greg. Candor, you gotta come stay with us for a bit. This is what it's like every single minute of it. So for President, I almost said Governor Trump again. I think he's going to run for governor after this. I think he's going to govern a state after this. I think he's going to do that, guys. But I think for right now, are we going to have the National Guard everywhere? Is it going to be martial law? Zephyr, this one's for you. No, but we're not going to go into martial law, but he is going to somehow give extra powers to all of the law enforcement in the country right now. Oh, Zephyr, thank you. Zephyr's got my lyrics here. He is going to give more power over to local law enforcement, local and state law enforcement. He is going to give them something additionally. I don't know how he can do that because the states really do. So Candor, just so you understand, like the way our government works is we have federal and then the states really are much more in control, but we have like this federal umbrella laws.
Yeah.
But the states are allowed to make decisions like medical marijuana, personal use marijuana, for abortion. I'm just dropping all the words right now.
Yeah.
Sally, you got me. I'm singing that song. So for him, one of the things that everyone was afraid of during the Biden administration was getting like kind of a brown shirt police force, like a federal police force.
That was Obama.
Under Obama.
Yeah.
That was under Obama. They were worried about brown shirts coming up. But I do think that Trump is going to do something special for local law enforcement. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's reinforcements. I don't think he's sending in National Guard as reinforcements, but I think he is going to pass some kind of temporary law. Somebody help me if they know what he could do here. Do you know what he could do, Greggy? Is there something the federal government can do to reinforce law enforcement, local law
They can
enforcement?
do whatever they want.
What do you mean they can do whatever they want? It's not how this
And the
works.
army.
Like, so generally, they can't call in the military to act against the people.
Okay.
So that's why when he sent the Marines there, they were there only as a security force for the federal buildings. They had no arrest powers. They weren't supposed to go in. They weren't supposed to be involved in any of the police actions that were going on there.
Okay.
The riot control. So, and I don't know, like he could lift certain things, but
Can they deputize citizens if needed? How does that work? Can you deputize me?
That would be a militia, but that comes from the states.
Well, our militia is our
Is the
National Guard,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's David, you know. Outer Limits is like glug, 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 glug. Absolutely. Cheers. 1 million views, guys. It's like 2 million views right now because I'm seeing double.
Just, it's crazy what's going on. People really need to stop.
Yeah, Americans are pretty excitable.
Never seen politics like it is in America, I'll tell you that. Absolutely bonkers the way people go on about politics. I mean, not talking to your family members just because they don't support what you support. It's bonkers.
Oh, it's bananas. Yeah, it's bananas. To answer Amanda, I don't think they can deputize citizens because we're just, you know, we really can't. I do blame the media too. So what I'm gonna drop down this card view. I'm just gonna bring me and Candor up because I am not gonna step on Fiona's live. Absolutely not. We're both gonna have to go over there, right, Candor?
Yeah. I'm like drifting off. It's normally when Fiona comes on later, I'm just sitting watching, saying, I'm here, but I'm drifting. I'm watching though.
Oh, wait, I did get a psychic score because I said we were going to have a false flag coming up. I think this is a false flag. I think the protests that are happening are false flags that are coming up. I'm well oiled tonight though. Right, Greggy?
I just hope nothing happens to Trump, and I hope that people aren't ended through this. It's people shouldn't be right.
Do you want to know a psychic secret?
Okay.
Psychic secret. Trump doesn't have just the Secret Service working for him. He has his own private security force. Psychic secret. I did a little scoping out. I did a little remote view. And
CIA and all that either on past presidents, put it that way.
Yeah. So, well, this was fun. We're going to be celebrating for the whole month, guys. So or I should say for the rest of the month of June, we're going to be celebrating the 1 million views. We're going to try and get to 10,000 subs before long. Candor, we've got to get you to 1,000.
But I'm happy just plodding along, just as long as everyone's having fun. That's all I'm honestly bothered about.
So are you intending to go live daily? Is that your plan?
I'm not quite sure. I just go on when I feel like I want to go on, or if I've got like the spare moment to go on, I'll do it. It just depends what I like. If people are visiting, or I've got nurses coming in, things like that, or something's going on, a hospital or anything like that. So when I've got the time, I'll come in and do something. You know what I mean? So it's hit and miss.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Please sub to Candor. His content is great. I have the same vibe that I have about Candor's channel that I did about Link Lawrence. He's going to be on a rocket ship. He's going to surpass me in 5 minutes. It's super fun over there. We have a great time. I can't wait for the next fashion one. I
Yes,
can't wait.
it just depends what the celebrities are going to do, because I was going to do it on the royal family, who's the best dressed like around the world, the royals with the women. But the thing is, it can be quite limited because you don't get that much detail from many of the royals around the world, as what you do with the UK, if you know what I mean, or Japan,
Yeah.
or want you see, or and all that over that way. So it's a bit hard, but I'm waiting for the next big celebrity thing to come up, and it'll probably be Fashion Week to see what people are wearing.
Oh, we have to wait that long? I can't wait that long. Oh, we're going to have Jeff Bezos's wedding. That's going to be a good, if they get married over the summer, we're totally doing that. Like I'm insisting that I be a part of that,
Okay,
because
no worries.
that woman has got to put the girls away, like tuck them in. Like, we've seen them. The sun is out. She's got 2 moons.
It's an eclipse.
No, seriously, like she has a fantastic body. Like, I totally get it. If I looked really great, I would be walking around in a bikini all day long too. But you have to know, you've got to read the room. Like, you can't go to the inauguration with the girls hanging out. You can't go in underwear.
Yeah,
Just
even
like you wouldn't
classy.
go to church or the country club in a pair of blue jeans that were all ripped up. Like, you have to kind of work with it. And if you have a really nice figure, you can put anything on. My daughter's a size 0. I could put anything on her. She looks fabulous in it.
Yeah.
So Dave Murphy said the sun just came up. Sphinx, my girlfriend Sphinx, she has a lot to say about Lauren Sanchez.
My God. The
Has a lot to say about her. It's like, good grief, what is she wearing now? But the sun just came up for Dave Murphy. So Candor, thank you. I hope this wasn't too disjointed, but it was Tipsy Tarot, guys. So this is like,
it's been fun. It's just getting late. It's going to like 10 at night. I was awake at 4 a.m. So I'm like keeping one eye open and the one slightly shutting. So I'm hoping I stay awake for all of Fiona's, because I don't want to let her down. But no, thank you for letting me up, Annabelle. Like, I like you and stuff like that. And I think it's great coming up. And you're always welcome up on my panel anytime. So yeah, thank you for letting me up, and I'll drop down and have a good night.
yes,
Coming.
thank you for coming and celebrating. You're not going to say sayonara?
Oh, like I think I should do. I think I should do a Riverdurci.
Oh, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that for
Yes,
my people.
I've only got one thing to say, Annabelle. A Riverdurci.
My darling.
See you later. Bye.
I'll see you later, honey. I'll see you on Fiona's.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sweetie. So, Dave Murphy, I've only been going for 2 hours, but I'm here. I'm this far down. This lovely Pinot. Wait, there you go. This lovely Pinot that I am drinking. But this was fun, guys. And I'm sorry if it was kind of all over the place. I did want it to be free form. I wanted it to be fun. We got a little intense there for a little while. But we had a couple of good guests. If you haven't subscribed to Candor, go on over there. We dropped his link. Here's Fiona's link. Guys, go on over there. Go visit Fiona. I'm gonna run upstairs. I'm gonna grab a slice of pizza, and I'm gonna go. Is there pizza left?
I don't know.
Oh, Gregopedia doesn't know. But thank you for the 1 million views. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the fun that I do here and my private business. You guys are great. There is a past life regression tomorrow. If any of you want to go, it's free. And I'm going to do another section for the Dave Murphy time people. So, for the people that are on the other side of the planet with Dave Murphy. I'm going to do 2 of them. They're both going to be free. It's my gift to you guys. So I'll keep promoting it. I'll keep letting you know when I'm doing it. And it's just a guided meditation. We're going to have some fun. Go look at some of your past lives and find out some cool stuff. And then we have a chat about it after. So thank you, everybody. I will see you all in the future. A million thanks. Mille grazie. Mille grazie. I'll see you soon.